reason for this incremental increase in wheelbase, Porsche says, is down to the revised rear axle steering system that comes as standard on the GT3 RS, and that's basically just to improve turn-in and response and therefore traction. Looking at the wing of the car, you'll notice that it sits on taller struts, it has a more aggressive angle, and the winglets either side are deeper as well, and it's all said to improve aerodynamics of the car. It does that by increasing downforce at the rear, but crucially without increasing drag. I want to finish this part of the video by talking about the chassis of the GT3 RS, because it's pretty much been taken from the recently created GT2 RS. What does that mean? Solid mounts all round, basically. So I've said that the engine in the back is pretty much taken from the Cup car. Well, the chassis is as well. It's been slightly tweaked for like a Nürburgring spec. We've got revised spring rates over this GT3. We've got revised damping settings over this GT3. Everything has just been ramped up to RS specification, as you would expect. On the road price of this Gen 2 GT3 RS, at least here in the UK, is £141,000. That leads me on to the second part of this video, which is all about options and build numbers and the Weissach Pack in particular, because for the UK market at least, Porsche said that the Weissach Pack isn't immediately available, and when it is available, it's going to be available in 2 stages. Those 2 stages will be split between whether you opt for the magnesium wheels or not, and the reason for that is, from what I've been told, Porsche can't make those mag wheels quick enough. So, what do we know? Well, first of all, we know that Porsche are perceiving to not build many cars. How do I know this? Well, centres that got, for example, 4 911Rs to allocate. Centres that have told me they had 4 911Rs to allocate have only been given 3 GT3 RSs. To put that into more of a modern context, I know of Porsche centres that were given up to 5 GT2 RSs, have only been given, likewise, 3 GT3 RSs in which to sell. So the 991 Gen 2 GT3 RS is being set up to be somewhat of a rare beast. With those sort of numbers being bandied around by centres, that means that in the UK alone there's only going to be between 50 and 100 of these cars being built. However, I have some reliably sourced information to add to that, and I think it will please especially the guys that didn't get any of these cars first time round. And that's because, yes, Porsche is going to build batch 2 cars. There was much conjecture that they were just going to build batch 1 cars. The reason behind this thinking is Porsche hasn't given itself a lot of time in which to build any more of these cars. It's February 2018 now. The factory will shut down in August 2018, and then by November 2018 the new generation 992 cars will be being built. However, I have been told by a Porsche source, a good, reliable Porsche source, that there will be batch 2 cars, and numbers wise you're going to be looking at a little bit more than the batch 1 cars. So still be rare, but if you missed out on a batch 1 car, don't worry about it. Now, a lot of customers that have been told they're getting a GT3 RS in the UK, they're going to get those cars end of April, beginning of May, but Weissach Pack isn't available until June onwards. If you go on the online configurator for Germany, for the US for example, it says Weissach Pack is available, but there's limited availability. So it just seems the UK guys have been a bit shafted here. So you heard it here first, there will be batch 2 cars. They will be built on the production line at Zuffenhausen alongside the next generation 992 cars, along with the GTS and the 911 Speedster. I could do a whole separate video on this, but again, I've been reliably informed that the Speedster is going to be revealed at the Goodwood Festival of Speed in June. Porsche is going to make 1,948 examples of the Speedster to celebrate the fact that Porsche as a company is 70 years old. It being made alongside the 992 generation cars, we can obviously deduce that batch 2 are going to be built after November 2018. I think deliveries are scheduled for February 2019. I think, don't know that as fact. Another good snippet of information is the fact that from September 2018, so this September coming, the GT3 RS and every other sports car Porsche makes with a petrol engine going forward will be fitted with that particulate filter. That's to conform with the new incoming Euro 6B emissions. I just want to finish with something, because this is the last of a legend, and I know a lot of people say that with each new generation, but it really is. This is going to be, to all intents and purposes, so far as we know, the last naturally aspirated 911 Rennsport. Or is it? Because I'm not sure it is. To me, the specs sound amazing. It's a natural evolution of the Gen 1 on paper to take the crown and be deserving of the crown of the last ever naturally aspirated 911 Rennsport? I would say not. Look at the 997 generation with the Gen 2 3.8 litre RS and the 4 litre, which was a halo car, very limited production run, only 600 available worldwide. That had such a special specification. Porsche openly said they lost money on each car they built, but they did it for a reason. It was the last truly analogue Rennsport. What the 991 generation has going for it is it's the last naturally aspirated car, and I'm really hoping Porsche are going to pull something even more special out of the bag. That's all I know on Porsche's newly revealed 991 Gen 2 generation GT3 RS. We will know more in the coming days, in the run up to and after Geneva, and as first deliveries come along. If you have any information to add to this, please write it below. We're all sharing knowledge here. Of course, there will eventually be a video on a drive of the car. I cannot wait to bring you that. But in the meantime, those that are in for the car, I hope you get it. I hope the car goes to the right people. Please subscribe to the channel. It's dedicated entirely to the Porsche 911. Nothing else matters. We'll see you very, very soon. Thank you.